Alrighty guys, welcome back, and in this video I want to talk to you about these EJS files. Now, as you can see, as we already talked about a little bit, this is pretty much the HTML, in other words the view for your web page. Now if you're scanning this real quick and you're saying, alright, I know HTML, yada yada, headings, paragraph, wait a minute, what the heck is this crap right here? I don't really recognize that. Care to explain, Bucky? Well, this is the EJS. By the way, EJS stands for Embedded JavaScript. So again, these files are pretty much HTML that you can stick JavaScript into. That's all they are. Nothing really too fancy about it. So as you guys can see, the syntax whenever you want to throw JavaScript in here is this. There's actually two different variations of it, and I'll explain the difference right now. So whenever you want to use a variable, for example, this title, as we can see, this title is equal to express. So that's why whenever we display the title, such as in this heading and on the title, actually, it says express. So that's what that does. And anytime you want to use a variable, you use less than, %, equal sign, write your variable name, which is title in this case, % greater than. Now whenever you just want to use plain old JavaScript, and by that I mean anything other than a variable such as loops, switches, if statements, basic JavaScript, you don't add that equal sign. So again, the equal sign is for variables, no equal sign whenever you're just writing plain JavaScript. Now the next little confusing thing that probably pops up is this. Alright, so clearly we have a variable called title and it's equal to express, explains why it's displaying right there, but where is that happening? Because shouldn't there be like JavaScript up here with some like variables being declared and set equal to some values? I don't see any JavaScript. So what's happening is this. Remember, whenever the user makes a request for this home page, what it does is it looks at this file right here, index.js. So what this file says is, for this view, whenever the user tries to get the home page, what's happening is I want to use index as my view, and this behind the scenes tags on the EJS. Since we already set up our project to use the EJS views instead of Jade, it already knows to add that file extension, so you don't need to type it manually. So it says, whenever they request the homepage, use index.ejs, and you can also pass additional information. In this case, it passed one additional variable, and that variable was equal to express. So now anytime we display title, which is a JavaScript variable, it displayed express. And just to show you guys one other quick example, actually let me clear out everything in this body right here. And let me clear in out this title. Alright. Actually, in the title, I'll just type the New Boston static text. And say that we want to pass in my name as Bucky. So now what we can do is in our EJS file, anytime we use the variable name, it will display Bucky. And in the body, I'll just make like a real simple paragraph. And remember, that's less than, % equals, since we're using a variable, and the variable is called name. So now let me run this again and check it out. Bucky. And just to show you guys a real quick example of the other syntax you can use with just regular JavaScript, let me space this up a little bit prettier. Say that you're making something like an unordered list. Now inside here what you need is a for loop, or you don't need one, but that's what we're going to do in this example. We're going to make a for loop and print something out 5 times. Now of course that for loop is not a variable, it's just regular JavaScript, so you need to throw that in between these two little weird looking symbols right there. Now what I'm going to do is this. I'm going to write for, and then for my conditions var I equals 0, I'll just say what I say, I is less than 5 and I++. Alright. So now I'm going to put my opening bracket right here, in my closing bracket right there, and any code in between here is going to get looped out 5 times. So let me just put some list item, and I'll just write the word tuna, whatever. Now let me run that and check it out. Tuna, 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 chameleon. Alright, it's late, it's like 6 a.m. and I have to go to my mom's because it's Easter tomorrow. So I was like, maybe I'll try to sleep tonight, but then I'm like, you know what, maybe I'll just stay awake, because if I go to sleep I'm not gonna feel like waking up. So anyways, that's how you do that. Again, EJS files, really simple. They're just HTML that you can throw JavaScript into. Whenever you want to display variables, use the equal sign. Whenever you want to write plain JavaScript, don't use the equal sign. Simple as that. See you next time.